just stay there and will let you hit it? Have you ever tried to swat a fly that's been buzzing around your food? You better be full of dexterity, because he's moving. Everything tries to protect its life. This is the gift of God. There's a higher life. But that higher life is elevated places. Now let's close this. And Jesus was raised from the dead. It means that the wisdom of God would come up in the last days from among a dead people, from a man among them who had met with God and was raised by God to raise the others from the dead. What is meant by he hung on the cross? Look at you. Look at you. What have your hands done to build for you and me and us? What have your hands done to even protect and defend yourself? Nothing. What about your feet? Some of you born on the south side never have gone to the west side. Some of you born on the west side never have come to the south side. You stay in one place, or if you move, you're still in the same condition. What's that on your head? I wear a crown. What kind of crown? Crown of thorns. You got a degree, but it don't get you nothing. You join the Masons, your 32nd degree, you're still a nigger. You're a billionaire, but you're still a nigger. Damn. What kind of crown you got? Crown of thorns. And who's talking? Eli, Eli, lama sabachthani. My God, my God, why have you forsaken me? And one nearby said, behold, he calls for Elijah. Let us see if Elijah will take him down. Joseph, they laid him in a tomb, and they put a stone at the mouth of the tomb. The stone here represents a people whose hearts are like stone in their hatred of what's in the tomb. And see, they guard your grave night and day so that nobody can come and wake you up. White folk look at you as their property. And when in the South, when you were down there, if somebody came and told you something that kind of woke you up, they would say, who's here disturbing my niggas? So they stood at the mouth of the tomb to stop any black man from getting to you. Noble Drew Ali came. He did a wonderful work. Gone. Marcus Garvey came. They got rid of him. The stone was watching the tomb. The centurion was outside the stone. See, the centurions are the wise white people that are always smiling at you. helping you out to keep you in your grave. Oh, man. But they fell asleep. And the angel of the Lord came and rolled the stone away. Master Farad came, and they didn't see him because he came in sinful flesh to condemn sin in the flesh. He came looking like a white man because he was from the original man, but his mother was from the Caucasus mountain region. So he came among them. He said he came without observation, like a thief in the night. And he showed up in Detroit, in Black Bottom, Detroit. He had garments on his hand, knocking on doors. Black women opened the door, seeing this beautiful, handsome-looking man. And you know how you are, especially in the 30s, looking at a man that is light-skinned with straight hair. You couldn't get nothing better than that in the mind of some silly black women. She fling the door open off the hinge. He said, I'm coming to offer you some silks made by your brothers in the East. Sister didn't know she had a brother in the East. And then he would talk to them, and he said, if you'd like to know more about your brother in the East, come to this address. And before you knew it, see, he was fishing for men. That's the work today. Fishing in the sea of sin to raise your brother and your sister to life. And one day, Elijah heard about this teaching, and he came. He didn't have but one pair of pants, but he ironed it, had a crease in it. He was poor, he only had 10 cents in his pocket. But he heard the teaching from the teacher. And after the meeting was over, they asked who would accept. And he was one of those who accepted. And when he went up to the man, he said to the man, I know who you are. He had been a student of the Bible all during his life, and he, in the teachings, he knew that this was the one that was to come at this time period. And for 3 years and 4 months, he and that man had a relationship. And at the end of that time, that man went away, leaving Elijah Muhammad, the first begotten of the dead. A man like a second Adam, made of a quickening spirit. Once his light was turned on, then he began working to turn the light on in you and me. Now watch this.